Welcome to Massive Beers. My name's Matt, and we do the beer stuffs here. I don't know if I've reviewed a beer by these peeps before. Yeah, Sweetwater. They were kind enough. Well, their marketing company was kind enough to reach out, send off some beers. They sent me off a bunch of them, and this is their Hazy Double IPA. First one I'm actually ripping into from them. It's 8.5% Hazy IPA. Story time in the back. It says, twice as nice. Seeing double? We're doubling down on Sweetwater Hazy with the Hazy Juicy Double IPA, hopped Double IPA, hitting high notes of mango, passion fruit, pineapple, and pine. A nice dose of wheat and oats to keep it smooth, and low bitterness makes it easy drinking, even at a higher ABV. This has a date of 1/22/23 on it. I don't know what that means as far as freshness goes. Someone told me a lot of their stuff tends to be, best by 3 months. If that's the case, then this can is from the future. No. November, December, January. So it could be only 2 weeks old, because today is the 10th of November. So we'll see what's what. Anyway, if anybody knows their dating on this, let me know. Let's crack in this sucker, see what's what. There you go. I want to adjust my little mic setup here. It's kind of annoying me. I think that's better. Anyway. Yeah, I've had a bunch of Sweetwater beers. I don't remember actually reviewing one. Label-wise, not really a fan. Honestly, their logo just doesn't really do much for me. This kind of purpley hazy can thing, just the whole vibe of it comes off just not my thing, It's a banner with a trout behind it. I don't know what I'm going to say. Beer wise, it looks like a double IPA, slightly hazy, like a Midwestern hazy IPA. You're talking about your chill waves of the world, that kind of hazy, not your new school New England style hazy. Not much of a head on it. I mean, there was a little bit more when I poured it, but it has this almost like tight compact bubble, off-white, almost close to cream color. So it has this old school kind of hazy IPA. And by old school, I mean like old school, new school. Heady back in the day. Your fiddleheads of the world. Let's get a nose. Yeah, I mean, it is citrus leaning very much, and that citrus comes off a bit candy-like. That's pretty much it. Non-overly sweet, citrus candy-like kind of sweetness. Done and done. Yeah, not any kind of, bitterness, precursor to bitterness, or any kind of green or dank or any of that stuff. There really is kind of this candied citrus and not overly sweet, which I kind of dig. Done and done. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. It really is how it drinks, too. It really is just this undersweetened candied citrus. Mouthfeel. It's not thin. It's not dense. It's not creamy. It's not flabby. It's just kind of there. You're drinking something a bit more hefty than a 5% ale or something like that, but it's not notable. There's a bittering to it. It's rather generic. To me, probably just the edges of some carbonic acid more than a overt hop bittering. Like I said, there's a citrus kind of gamut of random citrus fruits, all in the orange family. There's no like pineapple. It's not even like a grapefruitness. It's like multiple levels of orange, but there's a slight candiness to it while being undersweet. It's not an overly sweet beer. I don't want to make it sound like that, but it's like how a hard candy orange flavor tastes. It's kind of like that, but not ultra sweet. And that's pretty much it. Really not much to it. Creepy beer, and by creepy I mean creepily scary. drinkable. Like, you drink one of these, and I almost feel like I'm drinking, like, a little bit of low ABV haze, but you're drinking 8.5% in a stovepipe can. Can get dangerous real quick. So not a negative beer by any stretch. It just lacks a little bit of character. You know, it's almost like a Merriam-Webster dictionary of a citrus forward IPA in a very neutral form. Like, it's like, this is like, you know, you ever see it's a horrible analogy. Sorry, Sweetwater. You ever see where they take pictures of a group and put them all together, and this is what the average person looks like? So there's one going around where it's like, here's a picture of every president ever, like, together at one, and it just looks like generic guy. That's kind of how this comes off. It comes as a generic citrus IPA with no kind of discernible ups or downs or lefts or rights. It's just kind of towing that middle road. It's a politician of a beer. There we go. It kind of makes sense. It's not, well, I shouldn't say that nowadays. It could be some other crazy ass politician that kills people, storms Capitol. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's just kind of lacks. It lacks a floor. It lacks a low floor, but it lacks a high ceiling. It's safe, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm kind of curious to see where the other beers are. This is the first one I'm diving into. And, yeah, not a bad beer. But at the same time, you know, you give me this at a party, we're hanging out, we're talking, I'm fine. You know, if you bring this to a beer gathering, and it's not me being beer snobbery, but we're there for flavor, and we're there to kind of talk about beer and be like, you know, this is cool, this is what I'm getting, let's, you know, drink and talk about it. It's kind of, okay, this is fine, let's move on, kind of thing. That's probably the best way I can explain it. So there you go. Thank you very much for sending it off, guys. Appreciate the offer of me yammering on about it. Let's talk about Sweetwater. What are your experiences? I know they're widely available, and I know I've had their beers. I just haven't reviewed them, so I'm curious to see how y'all feel. Have you had their beers? Have you been to the brewery? They've been around for a very long time. Have you had this particular beer and this particular batch? Like I said, 123... 12223 is the batch. Actually, the batch number is D0901 for those keeping score at home. And if you had, let's talk about it down there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you're enjoying a tasty bevy right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.